I honestly didn't know how hard I was going to queue in Season 2 of The War Within. The final weeks of Season 1 were brutal on my mental and honestly, even my physical well-being. I wasn't sleeping much, queuing late into the night. I was stressed, wondering if I'd even be able to finish Gladiator, and when it came to Season 2, I wasn't sure I wanted to go through that again. But what started as an iffy, low-effort season turned into me becoming a multi-Glad, and this is the story of my climb in Season 2 of The War Within. After finally hitting Glad in Season 1, a goal I'd had for years, I wasn't sure what to chase next. The title was already mine. The mount this season, just a color swap, not exactly something I'd sacrifice my sanity for. So I started Season 2 barely queuing at all. I'd cap a toon or two for Conquest each week, but nothing serious. Instead I shifted into PvE, pushed Mythic Plus, hit 3000 IO and grabbed Keystone Legend. I knocked out AOTC with my guilds again, and then they wanted me to go to Mythic Rating. And while I love the group, wiping for hours on the same boss never really appealed to me. During my PvE adventures, I was playing Devastation Evoker, but it turned out it wasn't something I enjoyed only in PvE, as I started to realize I loved playing it in PvP as well. I started queuing Dev and Shuffle, and man, I freaking loved it. I'm pretty sure I hit 2400 on Dev shortly after I did on Preservation, which kind of astonished me. PvEing on the spec carried over in a big way. My rotation felt clean, and thanks to my Preservation background, I had strong awareness with things like positioning and utility of the class. That gave me a lot of momentum heading back into PvP. I started queuing with Santi again, someone I ran with a lot last season, and we pulled an Exclamation to play Ret Warrior. That became our main comp for weeks. Ox was newer to Ret, but he's a multi-Glad across several classes, and his comms were insanely good. That alone helped my communication get so much better this season. Santi and I had queued this comp the previous season, and we had solid synergy, but even with strong play and solid vibes, Preservation was in a weird spot. CCs like Polymorph and Incaps no longer broke on damage, and Blessing of Sanctuary got nerfed. Pair that with some of the other Ret and Warrior nerfs and we just couldn't break past 2300 consistently. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but Ret Warrior just didn't feel good as Prez this season, even though I knew there were some people out there making it work. Fast forward a little bit, and Santi had knocked out Gladiator with other teams, so he started to push rank 1 in Shuffle, and Ox was having great success pushing 3s as Holy Paladin. We decided to take a break so we could each make better use of our time, especially since the time overlaps where we could play together were very small comparatively to how much each of us were on. That gave me time to try other comps that felt better for Preservation, although it was hard finding some of the Abyss comps, things like Rogue Boomy, DHLE, or really any comp where teammates could carry a bit more while I ate CC. I started LFG hopping, eventually linking up with OCD, who had tons of experience running Dev Warrior. Double Dragon has always been one of my favorite comps, and I was excited to get back into it. Things really started to shift when we pulled in Kovlaw on Survival Hunter. We didn't think much of it, just some chill queues, but Dev serve with a Prez? Absolutely cracked. We went something like 12-2 in our first sitting, jumping from 2300 to 2400 in just a few hours. And from that point on, it was game on. I kept queuing whenever I could, playing Dev Warrior with Ren, and playing a little more Survival Devastation with OCD and Kov. Queue after queue, we hovered around 2400, chipping away at Glad wins until we were at 22 out of 50. Then came the final push. It was a random night. I logged in around 7 p.m. after putting the kids to bed. No plans for any serious queues, but I saw OCD and Loser online. We got together and tossed in some Dev Feral games. The first few were shaky, but then we caught fire. We blasted out around 20 wins in 2 hours, but eventually we hit a losing streak and dropped out of range. We called it there, but I did not want to stop. It was late. I was tired, but I kept LFG open. I found a Ret, also just below cutoff. We looked for a Hunter, a DH, or even a Warrior, and ended up with Zujo, a BM Hunter at around 2500 CR. He asked how many Glad wins I needed. I said 8. He was down to send it. The first 3 games, again, losses. This is brutal, but they stuck with it. Then we locked in. Over the next hour or so, we dominated and got an additional 7 wins. Just 1 left. We dropped a couple and it almost fell apart, but we stayed in it and kept pushing. And finally,
Hunter?
Oh my god, I'm scattered. Sack you.
Have time to help you. Hunter?
Big damn you.
Keep that paints up. Big down chair, big down chair.
Nice! Oh my god, thank you guys!
Glad achieved. Done. So, was season 2 harder than season 1? Honestly, yeah, it felt harder, but I also feel like I had improved and was playing better than I had in season 1. Preservation got hit hard by the CC changes. Nullifying Shroud felt useless into mages, which dominated the ladder, and double caster comps were brutal. I constantly had to stay close to my teammates to heal, and that just meant more CC. On top of that, Holy Paladins were everywhere, countering nearly every comp I liked to play. But I can't complain. I improved a ton and I had fun doing it. Looking back on the season, I can definitely say I improved in a few big areas. One of the biggest was communication, especially around defensives. I got a lot better at calling things out in the moment and making sure my teammates knew what was up. I also made big strides in tracking DRs and avoiding overlapping crowd control, which used to trip me up way more than it should have. And overall, I just started reacting better and using my cooldowns more proactively instead of panic popping them late. That said, there are still a few things I really want to clean up. My kick timing still isn't where I want it to be. Sometimes I'm a precog donator, and sometimes I just don't use it at all. I also want to get better at recognizing when a good setup is coming so I can either support it or stop it. And probably the biggest one is just consistency. Some nights I'm locked in and everything clicks, and other nights it's like I'm playing with no hands. So going into next season, that's something I really want to tighten up. So what's next? Season 3's Gladiator mount? It's actually cool for once, and I want it bad. I plan to main DH and PvP, and my goal is to hit Gladiator on it too, as a DPS this time, a whole new challenge. I'll still play Preservation when I can, but my motivation's different now. It's not about the title, it's about fun, growth, and cool rewards. If I could change one thing, I do wish Blizzard would make Glad more accessible mid-season. The MMR tuning makes it feel like you're stuck until the end. If more people could hit their goals earlier, I think PvP would feel healthier and more fun. So yeah, that was season 2. It was a little stressful, challenging, and honestly, really damn rewarding. I gotta give a huge shout out to everyone I queued with: Santi, Ox, OCD, Kov, Ren, Loser, Zujo, and Retbot. Every queue helped me improve, and I'm grateful for all of it. If you want to follow the journey into season 3, come hang out on Twitch. I stream at least 4 nights a week and often more. And of course, like the video, subscribe if you want more content like this, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the arena.
Oh my gosh.
Right. I have a Hodge, but he has Sank.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Santi the healer. Okay, that works. That works
yeah.
too.
I get you one.
I think I die here. Maybe.
Magic. I don't know. Maybe.
Nice. Anything.
I'll give you free. I
stopped that clone. Stop the clone.
Yeah, huge.
Come here. Get locked.
Shit, man. These stuns are killing me.
Yeah. I got magic bulb in 2. If you're in trouble, just let me know if you can't heal him anymore. I'm full clone. I have bubble there. I can.
Yeah.
It might
Got
be,
in here.
dude.
On here. I'll trap out.
Nice. Yeah.
Full trap. Do. There's our kill. I'm Hodge.
I blind him.
Lord.
I'm home.
Feigning. We kill here soon.
Yeah.
I said more.
Yeah.
Nice, man. I my God, you guys carried me so hard that game.
I have magic bulb.
I was all, dude. Spaghetti was coming out of my pockets. Like everything was just going so bad for me right there.
Oh, we're still a little scared. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have magic bulb. I'm watching.
Heal myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Playing.
Okay, healer. I think.
Down DH. Yeah. He versus.
Painting. Scattering. Yeah, I think he's done.
Yeah, he left.
Yeah. They should have won that, but you guys are PvP lords, so.
We could have maybe won the game sooner. I kind of messed up. I had blind and Hodge, and
you don't need to tell me, dude. We could have won that game so much